Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So yes, we are back to speed builds because I was able to fix my screen recording program and it is in working function right now, and um so I am doing speed builds again, which is quite fun because I was only able to film little clips because all of the files came back corrupted, but I fixed that. So there you go. So as you might have seen by the title, this is a princess inspired build. It has 4 bedrooms and I don't know how many bathrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4 bathrooms maybe. So it was quite tricky because not only do you have 4 roofs bits to do, but the whole house is on the diagonal. So if you have never built in The Sims, you wouldn't know that you cannot place stairs in diagonal and that things just don't work the way you want them to work. So we had to do a lot of improvising here, and especially with stairs, because I mean they all have to go in a certain angle, and it's quite annoying because you need to cut and make the floor plan a bit strange for things to fit correctly. So that was a bit of a struggle, but in the end we came through it, and I think it even adds a little je ne sais quoi in the house, because everything is quite on an angle. So now we are doing the worst part, or the funnest part for me, the roofing. I really love doing roofing. I was going for a very brown color scheme at the beginning, but then I just thought, like, no, I want this to be a girly castle, not an old school castle, like a realistic one. I want it to be a bit fantasy based castle because I have built a royal castle. It's in my on my not no oh my god, it's at my YouTube channel, and it's called just that, Royal Castle. I'm so sorry if I'm a bit mumbly, but it's quite late at night right now, and I'm doing the voiceover right now because I just put my kids to bed, because there's no way that I can be here and speak for 25 minutes without them screaming or yelling or calling me or just making random noises at the background of my videos, and people tend to notice that. So I put them to bed so I could just do this in a few minutes. So as you can see, it has a very large balcony at the front of the house. Um, it comes out of the landing on the first floor, so everyone has access to it. It's not just a bedroom that has it. Everyone has access to it. I put those swimming pools around the house because I wanted to make like a moat. Is it a moat? The kind of water that goes around castles, or typically or stereotypically, more that. So I wanted to do that, and I made a little bridge so that you can go around in the garden. I thought they would look nice to put those water with the petals, because as I said, this house is going to be very girly. So there are like loads of windows because each column or each tower has windows all around them, and then at the house you do have lots of window, lots of light. It is quite large. I was initially going to make only 3 bedrooms, but then I was able to squeeze in a single bedroom. It may be like you can use it as a bedroom or like a guest room. You can make an office there. Although on the landing, I did make like a office space because the landing was quite large and I don't like to waste space. So I put bookshelves and seating and lights and plants and a computer and just stuff around. This house is very detailed in the decoration aspect. I decorated a lot with like shelves and putting things on shelves that normally can't go there. You will see a lot of things that you will see like where does that come from? Because I have every expansion and I don't have this certain object. Those objects come with certain expansions, but they are locked. You don't have access to them. It's the objects that Sims use when they eat, like the mugs and the fruit that they chop up. You can actually get the fruit. So you have a cheat, and that cheat is called Show Hidden Objects. So very quickly, I do have a tutorial on my channel. I even have a tutorial playlist so that you can check out different things. But this one in particular, it's you go to your keyboard and you press Control, the Shift and the C. Then it's going to open a white typing box on the top left corner of your screen. You press in testing cheats and then space and then on, and then press the enter. In the typing box something's going to appear, cheats are enabled. Then you write show hidden objects, like that, everything together with no spaces, and again press enter. Way you can find those things are you go into the search box in buy mode and you write debug. So that's DEBUG, press the enter. Then you get all of the things that come in the world that you normally don't have access to, and there are loads of good stuff there that I use quite frequently, like paintings and ponds and butterflies and collectibles and things like that. You do have access to them this way. And I used the move objects cheat to put those objects on shelves on top of fridges, just to give it a detail. I want this house to look quite cluttered, but like an organized mess. So there's loads of shoes around and coat hangers, and just to be realistic, I want this house to be realistic. So I would think, like, if I lived here, how would I make uh, use of the space? So that is what I gone for. But anyways, tutorials, if you do have any tutorials, any things that you don't know how to make or to do, you can just write that in a comment box and I can make a tutorial about it if I know how to do it, obviously. I don't actually play the game a lot, or never. I played the game when it initially came out, and then after get together I played for about a week. But I am not a person that likes to play the game a lot, to be honest. I love the aspects of building. I am a quite creative person. Um, I love to write, I love to draw, and I love to make things like little projects. So every house I see like a project. And sometimes you guys asked how I come up with certain ideas. Like I do have quite fantasy builds in my YouTube channel and things that people don't normally tend to make. And I just say, just it comes, an idea comes in my head, and I'm like, I want to do this. And when I have that idea in my head, I have to do it as quickly as possible before I lose like the creative flow. So I do tend to or draw it or just start immediately making it. I had a bow of inspiration like that maybe 2 days ago when I decided to make a island house, and that is going to be our next video. That's going to be out in about 2 or 3 days because it's already built and uploaded at the gallery as we speak. But if you want to see how I made it, it's going to be right there. And then again, it is a speed build as well, not just a showcase, so you can actually see what I am doing and get a bit of inspiration from there. So it is a island house. It is those houses that are on stilts. Is it stilts? Or columns, stilts. I just call them stilts. That's alright. I put the house in the island of Windenburg, so it looks quite perfect and fitting in that landscaping. It is a one-story house, four-bedroom. Inside of the house, the decoration it's extremely, extremely um, that islandy style. I was able to get that point across of, people living there, and that's just how I like to make my builds realistic and think kids, kids' bedrooms, how they would work, and just throw clutter around, but not too much that is just depressing and just like, oh my god, what a mess. You know? Just like pretty little things here and there, and then flowers, because oh my god, do I have a obsession with flowers. Any house I have ever built in my life, go download it and go see how many flowers and plants I have in a house. I have like hundreds of plants, like here and there, and just little accents. I put them on shelves. I think it is very important. It brings a natural feel to a house, especially in The Sims, because this Sims 4, I mean, the color swatches that we have a lot of whites and creams, and you do have like the blue and the purple, but you don't have like the color that goes between them. So it's just like you are quite limited in the colors that you can choose, and that is a bit bad. That is quite bad sometimes, because I feel very limited. In The Sims 3, you had all the patterns and the color wheel, and that was just amazing. I mean, that was just the best. And that is some of the things that are lacking, I think. So I just saw yesterday on Facebook that EA team, the Sims team, is going to make a announcement on the 19th of April 2016. So in 4 days, they are going to make a announcement, and everyone is thinking that it's going to be about the new expansion pack or a new game pack. From what I've seen, some people took some screenshots of the EA's people tweets. I am not quite sure if they are like legitimate ones, but it seems to be something to do with restaurants. I mean, what? Restaurants, really? Before seasons? I mean, seasons, that's just. I believe that weather should be included in the game. You shouldn't have to buy an extra expansion pack just to get weather. I mean, the activities and the furniture and all of that, yes, okay, but rain and lightning, and I'm going to pay like 30 quid for it. It just doesn't make too much sense, does it? Because it does add a lot into the game, and in the real world, you do have all of these things. And especially for a builder that is also a YouTuber, seasons is very useful, because certain times I want houses that are in the rain, like something creepy. Like I just did a gothic house a few videos ago, and I would love to have some rain and some thunder to put in the screenshots and to put it in the gallery, you know, or like sunny for a beach, or just to have different um images that you can take, and it just adds something really different to the game. It just does. In The Sims 3, I remember I played a lot, I built a lot, but I also played the game. What I did is I put all of my Sims to bed. I just put my headphones in, and I just zoomed out of the house, and I just listened to the rain. And it's just like, I mean, am I a crazy person or or what? But I really like it. It adds something different and realistic to the game, and I am all about games being realistic. Um, so I would really, really, really hope that it would be that expansion pack, but I'm kind of thinking that it's not going to come for a long time. Everyone was thinking that it was about toddlers and pets, but they already said that it's nothing about that. So don't get your hopes up, because right now I don't think that they are going to address it. That doesn't mean that they might not address it in the future, but right now I don't think they are. Anyways, back to the house, because this is a speed building video and not a podcast. Um, as you can see, this is the bedroom of the boy I talked about. It is very blue on the bottom. That sounded a bit weird. At the top, I fiddled around with this space a lot. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do. Initially, I was going to do this, but then the TV would have to be in a weird angle, and just you need space to go behind the desk, and you still need some space from the sofa to the television. So I changed this all around basically, and I made something very modern with some walls, some fencing, and you will see in a few minutes. You will see right here. I'm going to detail and put books on top and things on top, and I think there's one shelf in, yes, in the pink bedroom, that the books are actually floating on top of the shelf, and they are not actually sitting on the shelf. So, oops, did not see that until I have had uploaded the house. So, never mind, just minor details. So putting like little stuff around, like little backpacks and books and mirrors and pencils and all of stuff that kids have. The bedroom is has, oh my goodness, can I speak today? It has a very nice feel to it. It really does. I would love to have this bedroom, to be honest. You have your little bedroom. It's round. You have windows on every wall. You go upstairs and you have your own private lounge. I mean, what? With your friends playing some Xbox and stuff like that. It's cool, It's very cool. Special for, oh my goodness, I cannot speak today. Especially for a little boy. I'm going to have to, breathe, because I talk very fast. People tend to say that I speak very fast and they cannot understand what I say. I am Portuguese, in case you hadn't noticed. And, why would you notice? But, anyways, so I tend to speak very fast. The other day, someone was really impressed by the fact that I speak 4 languages. So, long story short, and this is going to be a long video, by the way, I'm just going to mumble the whole way. So, get a tea or just skip till the end so you can see the screenshots. Anyways, long story short, my father, a Portuguese man, and my mother, a Dutch woman, they met in the Algarve, that is like the touristy zone of Portugal, right at the beach. And my parents met while my mother was on holidays in Portugal, and then they, got married eventually, and my mother moved to Portimão in the Algarve, where I'm from, and they had me and my brother. So when my parents met, my dad obviously didn't speak Dutch and my mother didn't speak Portuguese, so they spoke between themselves in English. So in my house, I spoke Dutch with my mother and Portuguese with my father and my brother. But between my mother and father, they spoke in English. So we had a household where we spoke 3 different languages. So I grew up listening lots of languages and, speaking all of them and writing and reading. I always lived in Portugal, but I went to Dutch school every Wednesday. My mother would drive me to a private school for Dutch kids, and I learned how to write and read in Dutch as well. It is quite rusty because since my mother unfortunately passed away 11 years ago, I haven't spoken too much Dutch anymore because, as I said, I speak with my brother in Portuguese. That is our, native tongue. So we speak between ourselves in Portuguese. So yeah, and I also speak Spanish because every Portuguese people can speak Spanish, or at least put a bit of a Spanish accent in your Portuguese, and Spanish people will understand you basically. And wow, 20 minutes later, I have spoken nothing about the house and all about languages and stuff like that. So let's talk about the house. So you just saw me doing the upstairs lounge room for the boy. The bedrooms, both of them, there's a black one and a pink one. They are both in the towers, the front towers. Yes, the front towers. So what I've done is I deleted the floor between the bedroom and the top floor. So they have a second, not a second story, but a two-story bedroom. So they look up and they have windows on both floors. So it brings in a lot of light. And then I put a very modern chandelier that came with Spade that I just love, and I don't really get the opportunity to use it a lot because it's frustrating. Lighting in The Sims 4 is frustrating. It can seem so white and then it looks so yellow, and when you use chandeliers like that, the top floor gets very bright, but it doesn't illuminate the floor beneath that. So frustrating, honestly. Sorry if you can hear any cars going about. It is Saturday night, so you do hear lots of cars, and it's not Saturday, it's Friday. So, yeah, it's Friday night, so people are just driving around. So, but everything in The Sims 3, you might have noticed that you actually had sun inside the house. If you had like a window with some patterns, you would have like the sun with the patterns on the floor. And I love that. The houses were nice and bright and airy. And in The Sims 4, you don't get that. You get light, but you don't get sun. And it's just frustrating. Ugh, because outside of the house, it's beautiful. It's so bright and it's so sunny and it's just stunning. And inside of the house, it looks very bland. Like you need to put so many lights because everything is dark. It's just like, oh, fix it, please fix it. That is my complaint on The Sims 4. That, and it's the lack of edit terrain tools. Because, cliff lots, I miss them so badly. I really do. Color wheel and lighting. Fix it, please. So yeah, this bedroom has a little makeshift closet. Obviously, it's only decoration, but you can change it. You can just put in a actual wardrobe. I didn't because I put a chest. Oh my goodness, a chest of drawers in this bedroom, so you won't need another. But if you download it, the house is yours and you can change it however you want. And if you do download it and change it, send me some pictures to Facebook or Twitter because I like to see that. um, this is the pink bedroom. So as you can see, the theme in this house is shelves. The person that lives in this house likes shelves and likes to put clutter on them. So that is what I've done. I put lots of like perfume bottles and shampoos maybe that came with the spa days. Yeah, there you go, shampoos and things like that. So that would be the site where the female sleeps, all the beauty products and things like that. I really wanted to detail this house to the max, and that is what I did. That is why you see me putting so much stuff around. And I think, yes, these are the books that end up floating in the screenshots. So just ignore that and just pretend like you didn't see anything. And if you have skipped to the end of the video, you won't know and you will comment, your books are floating. Yes, I know. So if you do want to download this house, as always, there is a sneaky little link in the description box below. You can just press that link. It will take you directly to my origin page where you can add it to your favorites and download it in your game. In case you want to actually go through The Sims to my gallery, my origin ID is Simsonia, same way spelled down below, 1 without spaces or anything. So I really had lots of fun making this house, and I hope you had good fun watching it. And I will leave you watching some of the screenshots. I took like loads of screenshots, every angle, so you can really see. And I'm really happy to be back doing speed builds. So if you prefer this better, give this a thumbs up. Any comments or any suggestions for future tutorials, say them in the comments below. Bye guys!